Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, cucumbers, and good morning, everybody else. So I woke up to a ABC News report about these two twins who were cuffed and abused, and I just want to say I'm so sorry that that happened to them, and I wish it never did. And child abuse needs to end. It's not right, and it's not okay if you think you can hit your kids, and that's okay. You need some help. Seriously. There's seriously something wrong with you. Like like if you're just gonna abuse your kids, do not have kids. If you're not gonna treat your kids right, if you're gonna favor one kid and not the other, if you're gonna emotionally and physically abuse them, do not have kids. Please. There's too many abuse cases in this lifetime that goes unnoticed. Um, Half of the time, the CPS workers know about the abuse, they just won't do anything about it. And it's sad, and I'm tired of seeing it. Please stop having kids if you're not going to treat them right. If you know you can't treat yourself right, do not have a kid. If you can't take care of that kid, fine, put that kid in a nice, loving home. But do not have kids if you're not going to treat them right. Point blank and period. It's that easy. It'd be like, oh, this kid's getting on my nerves, blah, blah, blah. Don't have any. Then you won't have to worry about it. Like, come on now. Like, if you're not going to be a good parent, don't be a parent at all. There are some people who are meant to be parents and some people who are just not. And it's sad that all these parents who want to be parents think they can be parents but won't actually do the work to be that parent. I'm getting sick and tired of kids getting traumatized because stupid adult actions. I'm getting sick and tired of it. And it needs to end. All of it needs to end. It just needs to stop. The child abuse, any abuse in general, just needs to stop. Just stop it. Stop abusing your kids. Stop abusing your kids. Please. It's sad and depressing. Now that kid is gonna have to live with the actions of your mistakes. I'm not saying the kid's a mistake. I'm saying the parent is a mistake because that they should not be a parent at all. And if you see abuse, report it, please. It doesn't matter whether it's your neighbor, your teacher. Like anybody can be abused. Anyone. And if you see signs of emotional abuse and signs of any trauma on the body, please. It's not right to assume, but if you have a really gut feeling, just check up on it. Check up on it. But do not have kids if you cannot take care of yourself and if you can't take care of that kid. And half of these parents know they can't. They know they can. They become parents anyway. And it sucks. Stop having kids if you cannot take care of them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the truth hurts. I'm sorry, okay? That sounds oh my god. I sound like an asshole. I really sound like an asshole. But no, on some real shit, and I'm sorry for cussing. But stop having kids if you can't take care of them. I'm sorry. It needed to be said, it needed to be done. And there are too many abuse cases in last year and this year alone. Too many. It's rising instead of going down. I want it to go down, and I want people to stop abusing their kids. Please, 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 please. If you know you can't be a parent, ask for help. There are options. Go to a very, and I mean a very trusted adult. Give your kid to somebody that you know they will take care of it. Just don't willy nilly give your kid to anybody. Like, come on now. Like, do not have kids if you can't take care of your kids. I'm sorry. Long story short, it's true, and the truth hurts. At the end of the day, you have a job to make sure your kids are safe, and to make sure they're fed, and to make sure they have clothes on their back, and to make sure they're getting good grades, and make sure if they want to do an activity, a sports activity, they can do that. Like, you're supposed to be that really good supportive parent. If you do not support your kids in anything, and they have to do it all by themselves, they're gonna be like, I don't need your help now. I've been doing it by myself, so I'm gonna keep continuing to doing it. You know, it's sad that half of these kids have to figure all this stuff out on their own because their parents don't want to help them. Or when you don't do a certain thing, your parents get mad at you and don't talk to you and don't help you, or whatever the case may be. That's not good parenting at all. At all. I don't care if they didn't take the trash out, Martha. You're supposed to help your kids with situations that they come to you with. And if you're supposed to create a safe environment for your kids, that's how they are able to come to you with, and they can talk to you and get advice on that thing that they need advice on. But if you don't create a safe environment for your kids, they're not going to tell you anything. Like I said, one day your kids are going to get on mind of their own and realize all the shit that you did to them. They might not understand now, but they're going to get on mind of their goddamn own. And when they do, they're going to walk straight out that door and never come back. Some kids do that. You know? Some kids have a hard life and they shouldn't. They shouldn't have a hard life. And sometimes situations can't be controlled. Life situations, like, it happens. But I'm just saying, for the parents who don't care about their kids at all, give your kids to somebody, and somebody they'll willingly, and that cares about their kids. The scratch is throwing me off. But give your kids to someone willingly and loving, and that will actually make them feel safe, to somebody that will actually take care of that kid. Because if you can't, look for other options, you know? And it's sad that the system be failing these kids. Like, it is so sad. Like, I don't understand, like, why this stuff happens. Like, it's confusing. And it's sad. All you have to do, your job as a CPS worker, your job as a police officer, your job as a caseworker, is to make sure these kids are safe. They all have a job to do. At the end of the day, they have kids themselves. And what would you do if your kids was in this situation? What if they had a stepmom that wouldn't let them see you, and you trying to figure out how to get your own kids back? Half of these people have their own kids sometimes. And it's sad that they won't look out for other kids, but they will look out for their kid though. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. But when it comes to other kids, when you're a CPS worker or a cop, that's what you're supposed to do. The same thing you do stuff with your kid, you're supposed to kind of do it with other kids. I'm not trying to set a bad example or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. And it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Like, the system should not be broken, but it is. And all these kids are paying the consequences of the people in power making all these decisions for the kids when the kids know goddamn well it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, the truth hurts. And that's all I wanted to say. Stop abusing your kids, stop mistreating your kids. If you can't treat your kids right, don't have kids at all. Point blank and period. That sounds harsh, but it's true. Alright, cucumbers, I gotta go. Bye.